Good day, gentlemen. So today we're gonna do our last plate for the second quarter. So this is our plate number 6. So we're doing polygons, so geometrical construction. So we're using circle as our base for our drawing. So we're gonna do a inscribed polygon and a circumscribed polygon. So the inscribed polygon here are the equilateral triangle, the octagon, and hexagon, while the square is a circumscribed polygon. So the difference between the two is an inscribed polygon, all vertices or all points of your polygon is in the circumference of the circle. So that's why it's called inscribed polygon. While the circumscribed polygon is that the sides of your polygon is tangent to the circle, to the line of the circle. So that's the circumscribed polygon. So right now, in order for you to start your drawing, so first we need to half the space inside the template. So this part here. So first one is measure from here to here, then get the half. So you'll have this line. Okay, that's a measurement of the this space here, also here. Next thing you're going to do is half it by lengthwise. So you measure from here to this point here to this point, this one here, below. Then after that, you'll get the half, which is this line here. The line below the upper boxes. And after that, measure 1 cm going up. So this is 1 cm here. So 1 cm, then create a line of 1 cm. Then after that, you'll have to margin. You can see there's a imaginary line here. So we will use this as our guidelines for our letters. So that's 2 mm up, 2 mm at the bottom. Okay. So in doing the polygons, I'm gonna demonstrate it to you one by one. So let's start. So the materials that we're gonna need is a ruler. We could use also a triangle, T-square, triangle. So it's up to you what triangle you're gonna use. This is for drawing the straight lines. And we'll have our compass. Okay, we'll be using our compass. So you can see my compass here is a tape, because this is a slide part here. So I need your compass to be aligned like this, so in order for you to draft the circle easier. And we'll also be needing another mechanical pencil. So for this one, I'm using a mechanical pencil, but you could use pencil for this one. Then another mechanical pencil, then of course a sign pen, because we need to ink the polygons. But the circle, we don't need to ink the circle. You can see the circle is in very thin line or construction line. So we'll only be using the circle as a guideline in order to draft the polygons. You can see. So don't delete the circle after, don't delete the circles or the drafts that you made after you created the polygons. You can see here. So just a minimal mistake for this guy here. So he got a minus. So I need your work to be neat and clean. So first thing we're going to do, of course, we need to secure our plates in our table. So it won't budge. It won't move. Using a masking tape. Now our plate is already secured. We can start with the drawing. So first we need to measure from this side to this side in order to make the boxes. For me, it's around 22.9 or 229. 229 divided by 2, that would be 111.45 or 114.5 mm. So all I need to do is align this one. Use my triangle to make the line. So when you're done with your lines, you could ink it directly, or you could grab first the 1-inch line first. If you can see, I'm not using my triangle right now because my table is not straight, so I'm not using my triangle. So you could do this also, but you know already how to use your triangle to how to make lines. So if you could, if you have a good table there, then use your triangle. Just plotting the 1-inch more, 1-inch space for the names. You can see I'm doing this, the ruler on top, since I can see it if it's in the bottom. It's really hard because I don't want to block the camera. So right now, when you have the boxes already, you could do is, what you could do right now is you can ink already your lines. Okay, so right now I'm not gonna demonstrate the inking of the lines because I'm sure you know how to do that already. So what I'm gonna do is demonstrate how to make first the triangle, this one. So first one, we need to make a cross here. So from this point here, from this point we make a line. From this point here to this point we make a line also, so that we could get the middle of the box. After that we will draft the circle, then we'll get the middle here, so that will be the first vertex. Then from here we create another 3 mm. We need to create an arc, so that will be a guideline for the vertex of the two vertices of the triangle, equilateral triangle. First, make the lines. Make sure it's not too thick. Here, I'm doing it thick in order for you to see what I'm doing. But for you guys, don't do it too thick so that your output won't be dirty or untidy. So, how to do it not so thick? Make sure you just guide your mechanical pencil. So just glide in the ruler like this. And you can see the difference here. This one, I press the mechanical pencil, so that's why the result is too thick. But if you're just gonna glide in the ruler, since we're just looking for the vertex, then that's good. Okay, I think you can see it here, the camera. So let's proceed using our compass. So we could draft the circle. For the circle, all circles that we're gonna use here is 3 mm and radius. So we're gonna use not 3 mm, 3 cm, sorry, or 30 mm. So we're using cm now for this one. So here, let me focus there. So here, 3 cm. So we need to align the tip, the center tip of our compass, and also the tip of our pencil to 3 cm. So the tip of the compass here, center tip, should be in 0. And this one, the tip of our mechanical pencil, should be on the 3. Okay. So you can see here. So 3. Let me focus. There. So 0 and 3. Okay. So you'll get 3 mm just circle. So next thing, when you hold your compass on the tip. Don't hold the compass here in the body. Hold the compass at the head of the compass and just glide it through. Okay. So we position the needle of the compass at the center of, or the intersection of the two lines. Then you just glide the compass. So there. Okay, let me focus. And there. I already created the circle. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get the middle line here. So for that, our ruler and our triangle will be useful for this one. So make sure you align your ruler, it is straight. So align the margin of your any lines here. Use this line, you could use this line also. I'm gonna use this line, so I have space to work with. There. So we could use our triangle to make this circle. So make sure the triangle is aligned in the middle or in the center of the circle. So just create a line here. So I created a construction line. Ready. And again, we're gonna use the compass. So for the compass, still it's in 3 mm. So 3 mm. We're gonna check again. Maybe it moved. My compass is not that good. So from time to time I need to check the distance. So this is 3 mm already. So instead of putting the needle of the compass at the center, we put the needle of the compass at the bottom, where the center line intersect with the circle. So here at the bottom. Then we create an arc from the center. So if your mechanical pencil, your pencil lands in the center, then you have the correct measurements. So now we could create an arc. So remember, for the arc, you need to intersect the arc with the side of the circle. Here and this side here. Because we're going to use that intersection as our reference for the vertices of our triangle. So right now, you could use directly our pen in order to ink it. Or if you are not comfortable, you're not confident, you use your pen, you could use your pencil, then ink it. But for me, it's better if you use your ink directly. Your sign pen. So from this vertex here, here, and also here, those are your vertices of your triangles. So all you need to do is align those with using your ruler. No need to measure already. So that's the first side. Remember, gentlemen, to be careful using your sign pen because some sign pen will flop if you touch it with your ruler. So, as much as possible, flat outside. Especially when you're using my gel pen, sign pen. It will create a blot. There you go. So you have the equilateral triangle ready. So right here, for the name, you just create 2 mm at the top and 2 mm at the bottom. Then you write the name, equilateral triangle. So that's in all caps, all capital letters. Okay. So I'm not gonna do that because it will take so much time in the video. So let's proceed in doing the square. So for the square, the same thing. We create a intersection again to find the center point of our box. So same thing, you need to make it invisible as much as possible. So don't press too much on your pencil or your mechanical pencil. There. So this one is a little bit can I say complicated compared to the triangle. So right now we're doing the square. So if you can see here, there are a lots of art to be done because the vertices of the square is outside the circle already. Okay, but the sides is tangent to the circle. It touches the circle. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, of course, we're gonna do the circle again. Again, it's in 3 cm, sorry. My bad. Keep confusing cm with mm. So align the circle still. There. And after that, we'll get the cross section. So we'll get the center point here and the center point here. So we're doing that because that will be our guide in grafting the arcs. So like we did with the triangle, we're just gonna find a reference point. So we'll use this as our reference point. That's the first point. Second point is here. So next thing we're gonna do is we have already our cross section. So we're gonna use a compass again. So make sure your compass is at 3 cm. 3 cm. Then we create an arc using this point, this point, this point, this point. So we're gonna have 4 arcs. One arc. Make sure you can see here, make sure that the arc touches each other or intersect with each other. Okay? Because that would be the reference point for the vertices of the square. So once you have the arcs, you can see it forms like a flower. But what point, the points that we're going to be needing or intersection is here, 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 here. So that will be the 4 vertices of our triangle. So just align the vertices. Rectangle square. Using now here to here. Oh, it's really hard to see because the light is so bright. Same thing, no need for you to measure because it's already plotted already. Okay. So make sure there's no space or gap. When we do another line to make it darker, make sure you do it 1 stroke. Okay. And don't rest too much at the end point or in the vertex. So when you lay your pen or marker, just slide it through directly. If you rest it too much, it will block like this one. So that will make your work good already. So that's the square. So same thing, 2 mm here, 2 mm at the top, 2 mm at the bottom, then write the name, square. Now we proceed to octagon. Can't remember the name already. Okay, so we'll proceed to octagon. So same thing, we need to have the center line. Okay, I'll be doing the center line for the optic and also for the hexagon also. For the octagon, we're gonna be utilizing how to use the square. You made the square. So for this one, first we're gonna need to create the 3 mm square circle. Down the circle, then create find the center cross section points of the circle. Like a pizza pie. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing like we did here, because we're gonna be needing this in order to these points here in order to create the arcs for the octagon. So make sure it's in 3 mm. Right now, for you, since you already know how to use that when making an arc, you know already where is the intersection here. So all you need to do, you don't need to make a whole arc. You could just make a small arc outside, also here this side. You could observe it, I'm not making a whole arc. The reason for this one is because we're gonna make new arcs. So we're just gonna use this as reference point for our new arc. So here, you can see the curve or the form of the arc is different. So the reference point is coming from here at the side, the square, then pointing to the center of the triangle. So for this one, we don't need to measure. We're just gonna use the center point as our reference point. So here, make sure it's at the, it's in the intersection of the arcs here, outside arcs, and it's in the center also here. Okay. So when you're sure it's in the center, you could make your arc already. This one is a little bit confusing at the start. Pretty much is an exercise in how to use your compass. Oops. So that's why I didn't put the first arcs inside. Because if you're gonna put the arcs inside, it will be confusing already because you have too much arc. So for you, in order for you to not be confused on which vertices you need to align with, is just you could make a point using your mechanical pencil. Here, first point, second point, third point. So all the points all the points of the arc that intersects with the circle would be the vertices of your octagon. Third point here, last point here. So just need to align using our pen. Pen's not working anymore. Make sure your pen works good with this one. So you won't have to repeat the lines over and over again. So it will make it work differently, as you can see here. I don't have a choice because it's really hard to buy materials right now. So I'm just utilizing what I have here. I'll use another pen. And last part of our octagon is here. Okay, so if you did your measurement right, then you'll have the perfect octagon. But for me, I have a bit crooked one since I can't really look at the measurements in my perspective. It's really hard because my camera is flashing. So wait, I'm just showing you how to do it. But be careful with your measurement also. So this time, the same thing, 2 mm top, 2 mm to bottom, then make a construction line or a guideline, then put the name octagon. Still on caps, all capital letters. The next thing we're going to do is the last one. So this is a little bit easy compared to the octagon. So this is the hexagon. So we're going to make 6 sides of polygons. So same thing, the radius of the circle is in 3 cm. Put it in the center. Just hold the tip. And do your circle. Next, we're going to get the middle. For this one, we're just gonna get the vertical half of the circle. So we're not gonna do the horizontal part. Almost got the wrong one. Oh wait. Here. So this part here, It's like the triangle, but we're gonna do not only the lower arc, but we're gonna do an upper arc also. So make sure before you do this, your ruler, your compass is in 3 mm space. So the points for our hexagon, the vertices is here. This is the first one. Then here, the arc, intersection from the arc. Here. Here in the middle again. Then intersection of the arc. Then intersection of the arc. Then do the lines. So there goes your hexagon. So same thing, 2 mm bottom, 2 mm top, then make a construction line, then write the name hexagon. So this will be the final output should be. So the lines for the division of the boxes will be ink. Also the name will be ink, and also the polygons. Only the circle will remain in pencil. Don't erase your circles and your guidelines. Okay, so that's it, gentlemen. So title for this activity is geometrical construction. Then I'll be putting it also in the instruction in the Google Classroom assignment. So thank you and have a good day.